Hello everyone. I'm back. I'm back out. I'm outside. Today we're talking about Whitney Houston's mother, as well as Diddy's, also known as Sean Puffy Combs' mother, today. And also we're gonna just have a little quick topic on Biden administration, Kamala Harris, continuously trying to get in touch with Ron Desantis, the governor of Florida, and basically being ignored during this current situation that the southern states are going through with the hurricane season. So, first off of topic, we're gonna discuss Sissy Houston, Whitney Houston's mother. She passed away today. And we have time today. We have a lot of time today to talk about Sissy Houston. She passed away today, August the 7th, 2024, in Newark, New Jersey. According to her family, allegedly, she had Alzheimer's. She suffered from Alzheimer's disease, and she was living in hospice. She passed away today at 91 years old. I didn't even know. I did a little bit of research. I did not know Whitney Houston had, quote unquote, 3 brothers. She was the only daughter. Hey Jim. Hey Ani. Now I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna make a quick video. Maybe I'm just gonna see how it goes, you guys. Tap that button, hit the like button. So yes. Hey Jim, hey Ani. Today, I was going to talk about the topics of Whitney Houston's mother who passed away, Diddy's mother who released a long statement today defending, and yes, I'm going to say it's defending her son. Defending. Yes. Also, I'm going to discuss how today in America, we've been having it in America for about 2 weeks now, these hurricanes. The hurricane that we had last week, it hit South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, and Georgia, as well as 10 other states. I think it was also Virginia, but it was 10 other states. I'm not sure, but I know for a fact it hit North Carolina very hard. Now, when it comes down to the state of Florida, here in the U.S., you say, you're not blue. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put you on, Ani. I'm going to give you a jacket. Hold on. Okay, I got you. Yes, you're welcome. Yes, like I said, in Florida, it's been chaos. When I say pure chaos, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, they have tried to reach out to Ron Desantis a number of times, even to the point, you're welcome, Ani, even to the point where they did a whole press conference. It sounds like a bad date. I cannot believe in politics during a terrific, troubling times in America. Did you get any of Helen in Atlanta? Yes, but we were not hit. We were not hit on the levels, like I said, of North Carolina. Now, where I live, you see where I have this camera? We were not hit. Where I live, this is a parking lot. There was no floods. There was no floods, none of that. Now, in certain areas, it was hit bad. It was hit in Tennessee. It was horrible. I'm doing good, Ani. I'm doing good. I'm going to be honest. I was a little nervous to go on the live tonight. I said I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to wing it. Like I said, with the Hurricane Helen, it was pretty bad. I thought you were in White House, really. Really? Now, I will say, in Florida, there is another hurricane coming, Jim and Ani and you guys. It's another hurricane coming. It's called Milton. Hurricane is supposed to be coming in, and that's why they did a press conference today, and it kind of sounded like a bad breakup. you know, when you have a breakup and your boyfriend, or take care. What do you say? Take care. But you know how it's a bad boyfriend or a bad girlfriend, a toxic relationship, and then somebody's ignoring the other. That's exactly how Ron DeSantis was doing the White House, as well as, I'm just going to say, the Biden administration overall, including Kamala Harris. He ignored them. So much to the point, during the press conference today, they actually questioned them about DeSantis, because in Florida, it was also hit pretty bad, as well as they're trying to prepare for the new hurricane that's coming up, the Milton hurricane. And basically, the governor in Florida, he doesn't have time to entertain these games that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are playing. This is my personal opinion on it, because at the end of the day, lives have been lost in the states from the Hurricane Helen that happened last week, as well as people are still missing from Hurricane Helen. And in addition to that, with this press conference, I cannot believe the White House actually, and even Joe Biden, he sent the letter to Congress asking for more money. He's putting out a request stating that we're running low on money. And I'm stating, like, are you serious? All of the money that you have sent to these different countries, these different wars, you mean to tell me that you did not prepare for here in America for the hurricanes? Because this is hurricane season. And I think with Ron DeSantis, he is just sitting back like, I'm not going to play these type of games. I just want my state, the people here in America, to be taken care of and prepared. And this press conference that happened today, I really think they left Karen, oh my goodness, what is her name? Karen Jerry. I got this. Oh my goodness. Let me look her name. Hold on, you guys. She is the spokesperson for the White House. I did not like when they had her up there and she was looking like she had. Hello, you guys. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button when you come in. Today, like I said, we're talking about Whitney Houston's mom, Diddy's mom, as well as the Biden administration and Kamala Harris administration, how they are playing these little games with these press conferences and these bad relationships they're having with the Republicans. And that's another thing I want to say. The governor of Florida, he is a Republican. And with the hurricane that they had last week in the states of Florida was hit, of Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, even Tennessee, and it was a total of 10 states. I didn't like when Kamala Harris, I'm going to show this video, I didn't like the fact she actually came to Georgia, guys. She actually went to Augusta, Georgia, to actually show her face and give out food to the people of the people who have been displaced due to Hurricane Helen. And I really didn't, in my personal opinion, I really didn't like the video, because it looked like they was trying to, say, hi, vote for me. I'm running for president. Vote for me for November the 5th. I don't think it was, maybe she meant, her heart goes out to the families of Hurricane Helen and soon to be Hurricane Milton that's coming. But this video that I took a clip of, and I want to be very, very careful. That's why I'm notating my videos now, because I am not trying to get hit with nobody with YouTube, because YouTube is not playing any games. So this is the first clip. Hold on. Now this clip was in Augusta. She had her gloves on, smiling. And this is right after the Hurricane Helen. This was last week. Now, to me personally, with that particular clip, I didn't really care for it myself. In my personal opinion, I didn't really too much care for. You're welcome. Oh, thank you. I didn't really. Thank you so much, Ani. I didn't really too much care for that little clip because it's like, if you guys know, if we have any victims or people who know someone that is missing from Hurricane Helen, please just, put a heart in the chat. And also, please hit that like button, because my whole thing is, during these times, we do not need a so-called, smile here and there. These are people that are missing. Families have been displaced. People do not have any insurance, flood insurance. Oh, you just okay. But like I said, people are really suffering, and it's just the way that Kamala Harris is coming. It's just like, okay, what are we really doing at this point? What's really going on? Because at the end of the day, you have governors, you have politicians. They are not on the side with Biden administration. They are not on the side with what's going on, even to the point, the representative, the spokesperson, even the spokesperson, Karen Jerry, I got to get her name right. She actually held a press conference at the White House today, and they spoke to her about the letter that Joe Biden sent out to the Congress begging for more money, because within 1 week since we had the Hurricane Helen, there has been millions spent in the matter of 5 days. And that's not even including how much money SBA's disaster, how much money Joe Biden has signed off to support. And I'm just going to put it out there, to support, yes, I'm going to say it, support the war that's going on overseas. I'm being very careful with with my phrase, because if you're not supporting the war, why do you continuously give money to Israel? You're sending money to Israel. You're sending money to Ukraine, these countries. And then here we are. We have victims here dealing with the hurricane season, and we need assistance. My state of Georgia needs assistance. Florida needs assistance. Especially North Carolina needs assistance. So why is it that you continuously you're sending money to all these other countries, but you're not focusing in America? Now, this particular clip was held from the press conference that was held today. They specifically asked her about this letter that Joe Biden sent out to Congress begging for money. And this was her response. Hold on.
To speed up and provide that funding, and that's what the president wants to see, and that's what the president was calling for. First, the letters focused on SBA's disaster loan program, which could soon run out of funding, and so the president wanted to alert Congress on that. That's what the letter primarily focused on. And in addition, the FEMA Disaster Relief Fund faces a shortfall at the end of the year, and so the president's letter was urging Congress to speed up and provide that funding, and that's what the president wants to see, and that's what the president was calling for. First, the letters focused on.
Now, this particular, hold on, you guys. Now, this particular, it's like, I don't like the fact you're having somebody stand in the White House having these press conferences, and it's nothing against her. It's really not. But it's to the point where when are we going to actually have accountability? You know what I'm saying? When is the president and when is the vice president are going to hold themselves accountable for their actions? Instead of having somebody and promoting this lady, she got promoted in the White House. You're having her stand up there and she's speaking on topics, and it's like it's not coming together. Hello, you guys. Before I continue, can you please hit that like button? Once again, this is Politic Gram. I'm talking about Whitney Houston's mom, Diddy's mom, as well as Joe Biden administration and how they are dealing with the matters, or should be dealing with the matters here in America that is not being dealt with. And also, I will say, where I'm recording, there's a specific reason I'm back where I am recording, just to signify all of America is not hit by Hurricane Helen. Okay, I'm not, my heart goes out to the families hit by Hurricane Helen. I will say that. But also, you have also roots dealing with homeless, because I'm in the same parking lot where there's a family right now walking around with a toddler, the same toddler from my last live, walking around asking people for money, and it's almost midnight. See, these are the things that I feel that the Biden administration needs to focus on. These are the things that I feel Kamala Harris needs to focus on, instead of being seen passing out food and smiling for people in Augusta, Georgia, after a hurricane has happened. That is not the time we need you to do pictures. That is not the time that we need you to actually come to Augusta, Georgia, or come to Georgia or the southern states. And this is why Governor Ron Desantis of Florida, he won't say it, because he's in the position of governor, and he has to actually show his face in the Congress. He has to actually be around those Congress members. He has to be around these people. I'm going to be honest. He's not going to say it, okay? But I'm going to say it for him. He's not going to answer those phone calls. He's not. And they spoke about it at the press conference today. They spoke about why he has been, quote unquote, missing the phone calls, these quote unquote phone calls that Biden and Kamala Harris has sent to him, because they reached out to my governor, Brian Kemp, in Georgia. They definitely reached out to the governor of North Carolina. He needs all the help he can get, because according to him, all of the counties in North Carolina was hit very hard. But with Ron Desantis, he's not playing those type of games. And I don't blame him for 1 second to play those type of games that these politicians are playing. And that is the main reason there has not been a bill signed yet for this quote unquote border security control. Why? Because the Congress are not getting along. They're not coinciding with the House of Representatives. They're not coinciding with the Senate. Okay? And it's the same thing with even Ron Desantis. Ron Desantis can't even pick up a phone. He cannot even pick up a phone to even hear. Just think about it, you guys. He doesn't even want to hear Kamala Harris' voice. He doesn't even want to hear Joe Biden's voice. That's a lot. Because just like you guys hear me, you don't see me. You can hear my voice. But Ron Desantis in Florida, even with this hurricane, I don't think you guys know how extreme and bad it is in a lot of states. I'm going to do another video showing the levels. It is really, really bad, right? But even the situation that Florida is in, and we have another hurricane called Milton coming up. For Ron Desantis not to even say anything, that is a lot. That is a lot. And then for them to hold a press conference and their only response is, well, the president has made a number of calls and we want everybody to work together, but that is up to DeSantis. That's the only thing you can say? That's the only thing you can respond? Really? So Me personally, I'm just gonna say, before I continue, just like Ani said, please like, subscribe. All you gotta do is hit, if nothing else, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that. Oh, the blue light. Sorry. I told you, Ani, I am in the parking lot. That blue light that you see, that's where they actually have security cameras, okay? So I'm trying to make sure I'm protected. I'm trying to make sure I'm protected in America right now. Because I did say where I live, and this is one of the things that I really wish that they would focus on the important things here in America as well, when it comes down to homelessness, when it comes down to the fundings of different issues here in America that we need. We need this here. We need the help. We've been needing the help. And it's really sad that hurricanes have to come during the presidential election. That's when people such as Kamala Harris want to quote unquote be seen with the people, with average citizens. That's when she wants to be seen. And then that's when Biden administration, they want to continue to have these press conferences. And at the, it's like, for what? It's not making any sense. It's not making any sense that why are we continuing to have these press conferences when we're not getting anything resolved, when we're not having accountability in the sense of something so small as Kamala Harris. She doesn't even want to admit that, I'm being very careful, allegedly she was border Khazar dealing with Joe Biden. She gave her one of the actual opportunities, responsibilities to deal with the border issues. And look where we are now. We have millions of immigrants crossing over. We have millions of immigrants crossing over. Now what? And that's one thing they mentioned in the press conference. They spoke on as people would say, the misinformation that Trump said, supposedly the misinformation that he said about the immigrants and migrants coming over, causing crime. If it's misinformation and disgusting, those were her words. Jerry, I gotta get her name, the spokesperson for the White House. She said Trump's comments were disgusting. Misinformation does not help people come together. But my thing is, how does Biden's actions help people come together, or help the countries come together, or even help the politicians come together? Because at the end of the day, there has not been a quote unquote real bill to deal with the border. There has not been. I'm just going to be very frank. It hasn't. And so Kamala Harris, she can stand there or should I say sit, like she stand there, like how she did in Augusta, Georgia, passing out food if she wants to. But at the end of the day, you're still going to have to deal with real issues here in America. You're still going to have to deal with issues. Now I'm going to show some more clips. I'm going to show some more clips of the press conference. When I'm just going to show it. We're going to just look at it, okay? Hold on.
Much more difficult if the governor is not speaking to the vice president or to the president.
So here's what I can say. It's not going to stop. Federalism, that's not going to stop. The president wants to see to do. We're going to have a robust government with federal scientists. And you've seen that over the last 3.5 years. When it comes to these natural disasters, we are going to make sure that we are there for the American people. And anything else, I would have to leave it to the governor, to his actions, to how he wants to move forward in this. That is for him. That is a question for the governor.
Much more difficult.
Now see, she's basically saying, she's basically, that's what I was talking about. You see how she's doing? You see how she's just like, oh, well, it's like a bad breakup. Like, she's like, oh, well, we tried to reach out to Governor DeSantis, but it's up to him. I mean, come on. That's your only response? I mean, it's not making sense. It's really not even coming together at this point. Now, as far as Kamala Harris with how she's going, I have no idea. I mean, I'm still stunned at the fact she has raised over $500 million. She's raised well over $500 million. And it's to the point I shake my head when you have these press conferences and you have a vice president that is running for president. Pink Love. DeSantis refused the calls. They can't make him take the money. Pink Love. You ain't lied. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, my thing is, Walt said, okay, we have to work together. And even in the press conference, Jerry said, we have to work together. I understand we have to work together, but that don't mean he has to answer your phone calls. It doesn't mean he has to answer your phone call. Well, pizza roll. I don't know where pizza roll is. You know pizza roll? I don't know where pizza roll is, because they came in if you're talking about the same person that came in before, I don't know where they are. Grizzly Bear. These are weird names. I'm sorry. Grizzly Bear. But like I said, at this particular point, we have to not focus on the small things. Small things of, okay, DeSantis did not answer your call. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, Kamala Harris, what is your next move? Okay, because you have raised almost $1 billion of nothing but donations for your campaign to run for president. Why didn't you donate some of your donations if you cared so much about the victims and families of Hurricane Helen? Why didn't you donate some of your money? Because I tell you right now, I've never known any person running for president to raise almost $1 billion for running for president in the matter of 2 months. I've never seen it. Not me. Let me know. Oh, Grizzly Bear, you're a piece of roll. Wait a minute. So you have another account, piece of roll? You have another account? But like I said, I mean, it doesn't make sense. You know, it really, I can't even get my mind. Oh, hey, well, welcome, Piece of Roll. You know, Piece of Roll, they was asking about you. They surely was. It was some people asking about you. Now, I will say, with the election, I don't know. I mean, it's like, who do you vote for? Hello, everybody who's in the live. Can you please hit that like button? Hit that like button if you support. That's all I ask for. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. My name is Politic Gram, and today I was talking about starting off with Joe Biden, Kamala Harris administration, their actions, and then I'm going to discuss about Whitney Houston's mom as well as Diddy's mom. Now, I will say this before I move on to another topic, that basically, in my opinion, the White House, they're going to have to get it together. They're really going to have to get it together because they're making too much money off of taxpayers' money. And even people, and I want people to really think about this. Anytime you go to the grocery store, I can't speak for everybody. I know in the state of Georgia, we're paying food taxes. I'm serious. Like, people don't realize you do have a voice. Pink Love, you sound. What are you saying, Pink Love? Speak your mind. What are you saying? How? Tell me that. Because at the end of the day, people are paying taxes. Okay? And you do have a voice. And when I say you have a voice when you go vote for your local government. You have a voice when you vote. Okay, so I'm trying to understand, what did you mean when you said what you said just now in the chat? How is that uninformed? It's not uninformed, because guess what? At the end of the day, people are still going to be in the White House. People are still going to have those quote unquote votes. And it's time for people to stand up and do something. It really is. It is time to make a stand. It is time to speak up. Just like Ron Desantis, his way of speaking up is not answering that call and going out there and handling business in Florida to deal with the victims of Florida, to deal with this hurricane coming up. So I'm trying to understand, what are you saying when you said what you said? You said I sound uninformed. I'm waiting on what you're speaking on, because there's the only uninformed is not getting informed. Who's a clown? Who's a clown? Who you saying is a clown, Pink Love? Speak it. This is Politic Gram. Okay, Pink. Okay, since you say DeSantis is a clown and he's making it political, what in the world has Kamala Harris been doing? What in the world has Joe Biden been doing? If he's a clown, what are they? See, this is the things that I'm it's nothing against you, Pink Love, but my whole thing is they're both playing games. They're both playing games. But see, the thing is, DeSantis is not going to answer no phone and play in the sandbox with the kids. He's not. Because guess what? We still have a hurricane coming in. We still have a hurricane that happened last week. We have people still missing. We have people still need help. And then for them to hold a press conference stating, quote unquote, stating that, well, Biden, he sent the letter out to the Congress stating that we're running out of money. Of course, you spend all this money. Like, come on now. And DeSantis, I'm not quote unquote picking sides, but I will say they were in the wrong. And when I say they were in the wrong having this press conference whining on DeSantis not answering a phone call. not answering a phone call. So, like I said, people need to focus on what is the congressman doing or not doing. What is the Senate not doing? And guess what? These are people that we vote for to represent. Pink Love, oh, he will after the next storm. After the Pink Love. Pink Love. Well, I will say this. With Ron Desantis, I'm not saying he has clean hands. Pink Love, Florida is going to, yes, Florida needs it. Yes, but I think, my personal opinion, and this is my question to you, Pink Love, okay, where's the money going to come from if the White House has already thrown it out there and Joe Biden sent the letter saying that we're running out of disaster funds very soon, and he's basically asking Congress to sign it off to get more money? So where's the money going to come from? Because I did say, and I quote, Kamala Harris, her campaign has raised almost $1 billion in the matter of 2 to 3 months since her running for president. So why don't she put out $100 million? Why don't she donate? I'm just being honest. She has all this support. So that's what I mean when I say DeSantis not finna play those type of games. It's not. Now, I'm not saying he has clean hands. I never said that. But for this particular topic we're talking about, yes. I don't see what he did wrong. It's called a bad breakup. I don't like you. I don't like how you're treating me. I don't like you. So I'm not answering your phone calls. I need some money. We can talk about that. Pink Love, that's not her money. You have no idea. Guess what, Pink Love? Guess what? Why did they send them? Why did they donate the money? They donated the money. Why? Because they want her. They're supporting her. Right? So guess what? It is her money. It is her money. It says Kamala Harris campaign. That's her money. And as part of this quote unquote campaign, quote unquote, if you really care about America, and these so-called people that's donating for Kamala Harris campaign, they need to put that same energy and money to people who really need the help. Because the last I heard, Kamala Harris is a multimillionaire. The last I heard, her husband, who's an attorney in entertainment, is a millionaire. So my thing is, people who are missing in Tennessee, they need the help. So that is why I'm saying she could invest the money to help instead of just doing these little pics, these little times of knowing when people are going to be around with phones and taking pictures of her, like sending food, helping. Like, come on now. Come on. Because one is all said and done, Pink Love, America needs the help right now. And I personally cannot afford for this country to be in any more of mess when it comes down to inflation, when it comes down to all this. It is too much. It's too much. And God forbid, when Hurricane Milton comes in, what is really going to look like in Florida. Pink Love, are you asking the same from Trump? He is a billionaire and his money. Well, let me break this down, Pink Love. Do you know how much his campaign has raised? How much his Trump campaign has raised? Anybody in the chat, please tell me how much money Trump campaign has raised. Because at the end of the day, Kamala Harris they spent the DNC convention. If you saw the DNC convention, it looked like it was a clubhouse. It looked like they were having a huge concert in Chicago. And as they're having this concert, raising millions and millions of dollars outside of this concert, this DNC convention, you're having protesters. You're having people protesting, asking for help, while Kamala Harris is making money. Now, like I said, Pink Love, it might sound like I'm quote unquote, I'm taking Trump's side, DeSantis' side. All I'm saying is, Kamala, nobody has these clean hands. They don't. But it's expected more out of Kamala Harris. Why? Because she is the vice president. She is the one that's in office. She is the one, dare I say, people are saying it, that she's going to be the quote unquote president when November the 5th comes. So the question is, what is Kamala Harris doing right now? What is she doing right now? Serious. Because it's too many people right now that need help in America. Now, as far as Trump being a bit, how? You say she's running for president? Okay, Trump is running for president. And you know what? I would even state that. See, I'm glad you talked about that Kamala Harris is running for president. She didn't deserve to run for president. She was given an opportunity because Joe Biden dropped out. We forgot about that. What happened to having people running for the candidates? What happened to the candidates? Joe Biden dropped out. He was forced to drop out. People were pushing him to drop out, and he was forced to nominate Kamala Harris. So I don't even know that this position that she has as far as running for president, if it's even fair. It's not fair. This is my question with you, Pink Love. Pink Love says he wasn't forced to nominate. Yes, he was. Are you serious? Yes, he was. If he wasn't forced, why do you think Jill Biden... Okay, let's take it back. Why do you think Jill Biden reacted the way she's been reacting? Especially she can't even talk to some of these politicians right now. It took her some time to come, like, really. She's very upset. Why do you think she reacted the way she reacted? Even with the Obamas. When Joe Biden announced Kamala Harris, it took a minute for them to make a statement stating that they was going to stand by her side and support her for running for president. And where am I? What? Oh my goodness. Pink, look. Let me ask you this, Pink. What party are you? Cause it's I'm getting something. What part are you, Pink Love? No, they didn't. They immediately came out. No, they did not. Pink. No. Pink. You know what? I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make, because it wasn't immediate. It was not. They said nothing for it. They said nothing. It was for maybe like a day or two. It was nothing. And then they came out with a statement. Now, I will say, at the end of the day, what? Wait, Pink, let me ask you this. What is your party? Like, when November the 5th comes, what is your party? I'm just trying, you don't have to say who you're voting for. What is your party? What is your party? Like, and then are you even voting November the 5th? Oh, you're for Harris. Oh. But you know what, though? I'm not, like I said, me personally, and, oh, you're independent. Okay, look, much respect. I respect that. I can respect that you're independent. I can even respect that you're voting for Harris. I can respect that. Because on my page, I'm not sitting here, and that's why I make sure I say it in the comments. I am talking to everyone. It is not where this is a platform where I'm like, well, you have to be a Republican to come over here, or you have to be a Democrat to come over here. No, this is not the platform for that. This is a platform to express how you feel, just like you're doing right now, Pink Love. So I was just questioning it. Now, me personally, I'm just, maybe it's because of where I'm from in Georgia. This is a state that has a Republican governor, but in no shape or form is not Republican, because the city that I live, the mayor actually sued. A former mayor actually tried to sue the Governor Brian Kemp. So I live in a very political state. It sounds like you're stating more. Wait, no, it's not. Wait a minute. How is it I'm stating more of an opinion than fact? Okay, I'm going to do this, Pink Love. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a video. Because when this live ends, I'm going to do a video. Because a lot of people, a 706, hello. I am Atomic Zombie, hello. Like I said, I'm going to do a video to show the proof, the facts, as you say. Because what I tend to think, and that's one thing I'm noticing when I have this page, people who are taking like straight, like, oh, I'm voting for Harris or I'm voting for Trump, they come off of straight, oh, well, just because I don't agree with all of what Harris does, now it's just I have an opinion. I have an opinion and nothing else. But these are facts. It's facts. It's facts that Kamala Harris has raised almost $1 billion in the campaign. These are facts. It's facts. Carol says vote Trump. She says vote Trump. Hello, Carol. How you doing? But Pink Love, like I said, I have it's no disrespect. It's much respect that you're saying this, right? Because of what you're saying, I'm going to do a video. Ani says, are you okay, Graham? Why you say that? Why do you say that, Ani? Bye, Carol. Maybe you should educate yourself on how Congress works and how... Oh, please. Maybe you should educate yourself on what Harris has been doing. How Harris is in the position that she's in. Everything that has happened to Kamala Harris, she's been giving it. She's been giving it. Ever since. I'm going to vote for you, Ani. Pink Love. Well, so how do you feel about Willie Brown? How do you feel about the godfather of San Francisco in politics? How do you feel about Willie Brown? Yes, I'm voting for you, Ani. I'm voting for you. How do you feel about Willie Brown? Because Willie Brown, and I'm going to say this since we're putting it out there as far as educating, she has been voted. Pink Love says she has been voted for every position. No. Okay, who are the people, Pink Love? Who are the people? Because Willie Brown, he had a lot of power. He had a lot of power in San Francisco. A lot of power. Why haven't you spoke about Willie Brown? For anybody who's asked who doesn't know who Willie Brown is, Willie Brown is was a politician. Thank you so much, Ani. Thank you so much, Ani. Oh, let me see some. But like I said, Willie Brown, for anybody who does not know, was a politician that Kamala Harris, she worked up under. She worked up under when she was starting. He was the one that Trump knew. Okay? He was the one, Pink Love. I don't get into gossip. If you want to open a can of worms, there's a lot of gossip about the other side. I know, but I'm just saying, who's Willie Brown? Why can't you just say who Willie Brown is? I'll do it this way. Okay? Willie Brown was a politician that Kamala Harris looked up to as a mentor, that Kamala Harris also, while he was a married man, and that he's still been married to, he's 90 or 92 years old right now. She had an affair with him, allegedly, when she was 29. Okay? So when she was 29 and he was 60? But nobody wants to talk about that. So, like I said, I'm speaking truths. Truths in the sense that Kamala Harris has not, she's been giving everything. And when I say giving everything, for her running in, thank you so much, Ani, for her running, even in the position that she's running for, I was not given the right to vote for her to run for president. Allegedly, heels up. Harris, I am Atomic Zombie says allegedly. Oh my goodness. But I'm gonna move on from that topic, like I stated. And I appreciate Pink Love coming in, talking about it. I appreciate it. It's no disrespect. I try to be respectful about it. It's just the fact people don't want to speak on Willie Brown. Willie Brown was a politician that was very well known and held a lot of power in politics. He was the one that actually helped Nancy Pelosi in the Congress. Like we're talking about 30, 40 years back, way back. Okay? And as far as people saying I need to do my research, I implore them to do their research, because there's a reason Willie Brown did not come to the DNC convention. There's a reason he did not come to that convention. Look at you. I appreciate it, Ani. Now, before I'm going to move on and talk about Whitney Houston and her mother, Sissy Houston, had passed away yesterday. October the 7th in New Jersey. She passed away from Alzheimer's. She was in hospice. She passed away at 91 years old. I'm going to show her. So hold on, I'm going to show her. So this was Whitney Houston's mother. And that's Whitney Houston. You guys should know who she is, okay? But that's who passed away today. My condolences go to the family, the Houston family. I really wish, it's a lot because, and the reason I say it's a lot because what people don't understand is not only you had Whitney Houston pass away. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. Hold on. You had Whitney Houston pass away, as well as her daughter. Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, passed away. You had the father. You had Whitney Houston's father pass away. So it's kind of like, where do we go from here at this point when it comes down to the Houston brand? And it's really sad because that's one thing I always say, health is wealth. Yes, Ani, condolences. Ani says they can see each other now. Yes, in heaven. And I really feel bad because what people don't understand, it was a lot of stress. It was a lot of stress that Sissy Houston had gone throughout the years. She was a singer when she was young, and she used to sing. She used to sing in the church, sing in bars. And Whitney Houston, it was because of Sissy Houston, Whitney Houston became a phenomenal singer, phenomenal artist. My opinion, there will never be an artist such as Whitney Houston when it comes down to her vocals, when it comes down to her sales. It would never be a Whitney Houston. Never. Now, I will say, when I said health is wealth, and Ani says, I like Whitney, best singer. Kevin Costner loves Whitney. You know what, Ani, one thing I can say, and that's one thing I love about Kevin Costner, I really love the fact that he got Whitney Houston out of, because I think she was kind of nervous, because she did an interview where she said she was nervous to do Bodyguard, to actually, act. And Kevin Costner, he actually had a conversation with her, actually had a meeting with her to persuade her to do the movie of Bodyguard. So Kevin Costner, I think a lot of people don't know a lot of things and a lot of people that Kevin Costner has helped behind the scenes, per se, on the back end. And Whitney Houston was one of those people that he helped. Because if people do not know, when it comes down to the Bodyguard album, she won a number of awards. She won a number of awards that were number ones, singles, okay, from the Bodyguard album track. You said who looked like a good couple? You talking about Kevin Costner and Whitney? And you know what, Ani, I will say this. I think, and this is just opinion. I'm just gonna say opinion. I think that Kevin Costner kind of liked Whitney. I think he had a crush on her. Because the chemistry was so good in that movie, The Bodyguard. The chemistry was really, really good. And I don't know if you saw, in Kevin Costner, he actually spoke at Whitney Houston's funeral. He had emotion, she was really close. Ani says, yes, you can see to the eyes of Kevin. At Atomic Zombie says, she got family from here in Augusta. What? Whitney? Wait, who are you talking about? You says, really, I am. Who you saying has family? I am Atomic Zombie. Who are you saying has family? Now, I will say this. When I did my research, I did a little quick research. I'm not going to lie. With Whitney Houston, I didn't know she had 3 brothers. I want to say that Sissy Pinson is from here. What? At Atomic Zombie, are you from Augusta, Georgia? Are you from Georgia? Now, I will say, Ani, now Kevin Costner, I think he helps a lot of people. I think he has that's one thing about him. I think he has a soft side as far as. Thank you so much, everybody. Yes, Ani. For everyone that's coming in, please hit the like button. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. But like I said, I didn't know that she had family. You know what? Everybody seemed to has family in Georgia or in the South. In the South, Atomic. I am Atomic. That's why I think everybody seems like they have some type of family in the South. But like I said, with Whitney, when I did my research, I did not know she had 3 brothers. Everyone have family, Graham. Yeah. I did not know she had family in Augusta, Georgia, though. But I will say I looked it up, she has 3 brothers. So should I say had 3 brothers. One brother, his name was John. He passed away in, I want to say 2021 or 2022. And then she has 2 other brothers named, I'm going to show it. Let me look it up. Because I had saved it. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Okay. Now, this brother right here, his name is Gary. His name is, you see him? It is so dark. I tried not to, because I'm not trying to get copyright, so I had to had to put my logo and fix it a certain way. So this is her other brother. If you can see him. Okay. He used to play basketball as well as he did singing, but he was known for playing professional basketball. Now, how does he come into play? Because he married, this is Pat Houston. He married Pat Houston, who was friends with Whitney Houston as well as a longtime manager. She was the manager to Whitney Houston when Whitney Houston passed away. Now, Whitney Houston, it was a little bit of controversy with Pat Houston because, when Whitney Houston passed, when people pass away, everybody want to start throwing fingers, oh, well, it was this person's fault, this person. Because Whitney Houston passed away from having heart complications because of her past addictions. I'll say it that way. I'm trying to be very careful because her mother had passed away yesterday. With her brother, however, he actually stated that him as well as his other brother named Michael Houston. I'm going to show you Michael in a minute. Hold on. This is Michael Houston. And this is Sissy. Now, he did an interview. Now, with Michael Houston as well as Gary, they are still alive. At Atomic, Sissy is another singer, great voice, but she is either from here or went to college from here. See, I'm gonna do. Look, that's something for me to do my research on. Now, I'm gonna say this with this particular brother, Michael Houston. I'm not too fond of him. Mainly, okay. I am Atomic Zombie says, I think mainly Christian music CC sings. Now, I will say, when it comes down to Michael Houston, he admitted that he was the one that introduced Whitney Houston to alleged, and I have to say alleged because, Yes, but it is. If you go to an interview that he did with Oprah Winfrey, and you actually go do your research, he actually admitted that he was the one that introduced Whitney Houston to her addictions when she was in high school. He actually admitted that. And he says it still haunts him. He still, thinks about, like, could he have done more? Because that's why I speak on that saying, health is wealth. Health is really, really wealth, because you never know when you're gonna leave this world. But you can try to live the best of your life by eating right, exercising, being mindful of the people that you have in your circle. Me personally, I'm glad that I have people such as Ani, people such as Jim, people such as Janice of the YouTube community, because these are positive people. And I'm glad that I met you today. I am Atomic Zombie. I'm glad that I met you today in this chat. Because you have to be very mindful of people that you have in your circle. And it can even come down to someone such as your family member, like Whitney Houston's brother, Michael Houston. Like I stated, he admitted that he introduced Whitney to her addictions. So I say that to say, and I'm gonna end this Whitney Houston conversation to say that I wish Sissy Houston, may she rest in peace. I wish Whitney Houston, just like Ani said, Whitney and her mother be in heaven. They meet again. They're both at peace together, as well as her daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, because she passed away. She passed away in the bathroom from. It's just a lot. It is a lot. And I'm kind of sad, because when it comes down to Michael Houston, it's like he's still living and still kicking. And now the big question is, because Sissy Houston has passed away, and there's two brothers. You have Michael Houston, the one that admitted that he was the cause of Whitney Houston's addiction. He started it. He blames himself for it. What will become of the Houston estate now? What will become of it? It's just so many people have passed away from Whitney Houston, the Whitney Houston brand. And now you still have him alive. You still have both of these people alive. You have Pat Houston. You have, I think his name is Gary or Gray. This is Whitney Houston's brother. You have them still alive. So my question is, what is going to happen to the estate now at this particular point? And that's why I say you have to deal with your health, because when you pass away, money is still going to be here. And at this point, because Sissy Houston passed away, Whitney Houston's passed away, and then the daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, has passed away. Now the money is just, it's like it's in the air. I don't know where it's going to go now at this point. I really, really don't. Now, before I go, I'm going to talk about Diddy's mother, Janice Combs. She released a statement today. Hold on. Janice Combs, she released a statement today in regards to Diddy's defense, because that's basically what it was. It was a defense. Atomic, at I am Atomic Zombie, you said he had no way of knowing that she would have all the means imaginable at her disposal to escalate her addiction. You know what? You're absolutely right. At I am Atomic Zombie. Now, I do believe when you become an adult. Hello, everybody. If you're in the live, please hit that like button, share, subscribe. Now, I will say, yes, Whitney was at fault, when she became an adult. I kind of didn't like the fact that Bobby Brown, he got the you know, the bad end, you know, that because, you know, everybody was making it seem as if that Bobby Brown, it was his fault. It was his fault that Whitney became, you know, an addict. It was Bobby Brown's fault that, you know, circumstances happened the way they happened. And I didn't like the fact that her brother didn't, you know, stand up, you know, because he had to wait till Whitney passed away. You says at I am atomic. I bet Michael carries a lot of guilt over the way her life ended. Michael. I bet Michael who? Michael who? You said I bet Michael carries. Oh, Michael, her brother. Who? Oh yeah, Michael, yes. I'm talking about who? Michael, yes. Michael Houston. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys. But Michael, he did an interview on Oprah, on an Oprah Winfrey special. And that was when he had his mother holding her hand, Sissy Houston's hand. And that's when he said it still haunts him to this day. You know, like he kind of have regrets. He blames himself. But at I am atomic zombie, you said it best, that you can't, you know, when somebody, you know, grows, you know, becomes an adult, you know, he didn't know that Whitney was going to be this, you know, be such a legend. He didn't know that she was going to, you know, have so much access, you know, so much money, you know, because one thing when people have money, when people have a lot of money, that's when they have true tests come around them. You know, I call them rats. You know, they don't have any talent, and the only talent they can offer is offer you, you know, drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, well, this person, I can't sing like Whitney Houston. I can't write music for Whitney Houston. I can't even produce music for Whitney Houston. So what do I have to offer? Let me do this for her. And that's the circle that came in around Whitney Houston. That was the circle that came around even Whitney Houston's daughter, you know? So, like I said, my prayers do go out to them, because at the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm tired. Yeah, Mike and Houston, her brother. Yes. You have to take care of yourself. You know, health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? Because here in Georgia, where I live, we have Jimmy Carter. He's still alive. He celebrated his birthday. He turned 100 years old, right? So, I mean, I want to live that long. I want to live that long, or even longer, you know? 100 years old. Some people can't even make it to see 20, 30, let alone 100 years old. So I think that's why I say there's only so much money can do. Money can't buy you life. Money can't buy you health. It can't. It can't take, and I would say this, I would even use myself as an example. Money can't buy you, quote unquote, real family, real friends. Does that make sense? And when I say a real family, a real friend, they're going to tell you when you're in the right. They're going to tell you when you're in the wrong. They're going to tell you when, you know, even if you have money like Diddy, they're going to tell you, you know, maybe you don't need to have no more parties. Maybe you need to have that support. You need to have real support in the sense, I'm going to stand by you when you're down, but I'm not going to condone when you're in the wrong. I'm not. You know, so these are things that I wish that Sissy Houston could have did before Whitney Houston got so big. You know what I'm saying? And then even to the point with Michael Houston, he said he used to be in high school, you know, selling and dealing, right? So it's like he's out there selling and dealing. What was Sissy Houston doing? What was the dad doing? These are things that you really, really need. You need a strong family. You need strong friends to build that foundation. Because if you don't have no foundation, you'll fall for anything. And that is where I think, or what I think has happened to Diddy right now. You know, and it's to the point where his mother, and I was gonna talk about her, like, months back, she was having quote unquote chest pain. She had to go to the hospital because of her health. Now, some people would presume she's worrying about Diddy because of all these Diddy lawsuits going on. I mean, I've never seen anybody get 120 lawsuits in less than 24 hours. I've never seen that up until Diddy. I've never seen a person get 120 lawsuits in less than 24 hours being thrown at them. And with Janice, his mother, Janice Combs, she released a statement. I'm just gonna show a little preview of the statement that was released today. I don't know if you're gonna see. Yes, this is who's representing Diddy. Who's representing Janice Combs, Diddy's mother, released a statement. Says, I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, just for a narrative created out of lies to bear witness what seems to be like public, I'm not going to say that word, of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence. Now, it's only so much I'm going to be able to read. But from this statement that she put out, my heart goes out to her. Hey, Liz. Everybody, please, if you're still in the chat, please hit that like button. Thank you for still staying. Please hit that like button. Hey, Liz, I done talked about a whole lot. It was crazy tonight. It was wild tonight. But I will say with Diddy's mom, I think it's time to step back. I know she wants to support her son. She wants to support him, but it's time to just, it's only so much you can do. It's just like it was only so much Sissy Houston can do at the end when Whitney Houston was an adult, right? It's only so much you can do. With Diddy, he is how old? He's up there in his 50s. He has 3 sons that's over the age of 25. They're men. They're grown men. Then to top it all off, he has daughters, and he has a little toddler. Like, it has to come to a point. It has to come to a point where you have to just, you have to just, I'm not saying walk away from your child, but you have to just pray. You have to pray on it, because at this point, it is so many people that the video, you can't erase what that video we saw of Diddy, what Diddy did to Cassie. Okay, we cannot erase that video. There's no reason for anybody to do what Diddy did in that video to any woman at all. No excuse. I don't care what she did. There's no excuse. No woman should ever be in a position like that for a grown man who is almost 100 pounds larger than them to do what Diddy did to his ex-girlfriend. There's no excuse. So with Janice Combs, she released a statement. I'm going to paraphrase it because I'm trying to be very careful with showing this whole statement. I might make another video discussing all of Diddy's. I did do a video, but it was in black screen. But like I said, with Janice Combs, she did release a statement yesterday now, because it's after 12 Eastern time. She did release a statement stating her prayers for her son, as well as she feels like her son is not being given the opportunity to prove his innocence. And in response to these allegations and these lawsuits, she said that sometimes you can have the lies in between the truths. Now, I don't know what that meant in her case. Well, in Diddy's case, I mean, I don't know. But see, I would say this. Everybody doesn't know what goes on behind closed doors, right? Because even in Cassie's case, I still to this day wonder, why did she stay with Diddy so long? She stayed with him with all of her 20s. I am atomic. She has to accept that he has made his own life, and now he's going to have to live it. Yes, he's going to have to live it. And that's one thing I want to say, even with Diddy's sons, because there is a quote unquote lawsuit against his older son, not older son, but younger son, Christian Combs. He has a so-called alleged lawsuit against him by a victim dealing with an incident that occurred on a yacht. I would say this. Even with his sons, this goes for the children either way. The sons are their men. I'm gonna keep his kids. Anyone that's under 21, I'm keeping them out of it. But for the sons that are over the age of 25, it's their time to live their life now. If they haven't lived it, is now. Why? Because Diddy is currently in jail. And at this point, I don't see them having a trial anytime soon. I don't. Not as far as the federal case goes, and as far as a quote-unquote trial goes, I don't see them having a case right now. I mean, he's sitting in jail just waiting, and the lawyers are spending his money. So I think at this time with Janice, she has to kind of sit back, because I don't want nothing to happen to her health, because she's worrying so much about Diddy. Because at the end of the day, she has grandchildren to be here for. She has grandchildren to help. I mean, Diddy, before he got arrested, he has a little toddler right now. So it's kind of heartbreaking. But at the same time, you have to know when to just stand and pray and just walk away from when your child is doing grown things. Your child is doing things that you cannot control. And this is the position that Diddy has put himself in. This is the position that Diddy is in. Because, that's why I say you have to have that foundation. And I don't think Diddy I don't think Diddy ever listened. I don't think he ever listened. But for his sons, Christian Combs, Justin Combs, and Quincy Combs, this is their time to stand up. And when I say stand up, to man up. So whatever they were doing, whatever they're currently doing, if it's anything close to Diddy, they need to stop. If it's anything, even because it's like, I think in the matter of Diddy's case, they're looking for anybody at this point. They're looking for anybody to arrest, to use against Diddy, to testify against Diddy. So I'm going to say my prayers goes out to Janice Combs, but I do think with this particular statement that she had released, I think on some aspect, it was not holding some form of accountability. Because like I said, you cannot condone what we saw in that video Diddy did with his ex-girlfriend. You can't condone it. You can't. And with that statement that she put out, that she released, I don't know. So I'm going to end this live. I appreciate you guys coming in, listening. This is Politic Gram. Thank you so much. at I Am Atomic Zombie. Thank you so much, Liz, for coming in. Thank you so much, Ani. Let me go up. Thank you so much, Pink Love. I know you probably, look, don't be mad. I didn't do it, Pink Love. Thank you so much, Carol, for coming in, shouting out, vote for Trump. Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you so much, Jim, for coming in. Thank you so much, Grizzly Bear, aka Pizza Roll, for coming in. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. Like I said, this is Politic Gram. I will continue to make more videos discussing politics, discussing news, and if you have any comments pertaining to suggestions, please put it in the comment. All I ask is that you be respectful, and always remember, the best peace is having a peace of mind of yourself. And last but not least, if you live in America, please vote. You don't have to vote for the president, but wherever you live in the United States, you do have a local government that needs to be taken care of and handled. I'm Politic Gram. Bye.